apparently there's a Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Well, if you're hearing this, then chances are you've made a very poor career choice.
Five Nights at Freddy's 2 was released in November 2014 and was the follow-up to the sleeper hit Five Nights at Freddy's. Once again created and developed by Scott Cawthon, this title has quenched many players' thirst for more. The game uses many of the same great features from the first while adding new elements and ultimately delivering a unique twist. The basic point-and-click gameplay returns and is very responsive for the most part. The aptly dubbed Phone Guy is in the game as well, once again giving you all the exhibition you need, and of course, Freddy and friends bring more terror to the table, as well as more cupcakes. You now play as a different security guard named Jeremy Fitzgerald. One of the first differences that you'll notice is, are you ready? Are you ready for this? Get this. No doors. That's right, the single bit of security that you felt in the first game has now been stripped away. There's no way to cover the vents to the right and left of you, and now standing before you lies a wide open corridor, essentially making you a sitting duck. The tension and fear of the first Five Nights at Freddy's definitely returns tenfold in this much anticipated follow-up. Instead of having the doors for protection, you are now given a Freddy mask in hopes of confusing the animatronics. In addition, a personal flashlight replaces the electricity power source from the first game, now giving you the more conventional battery. This overall just makes more sense and makes for some really good scares. Freddy's 2 takes place in the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. There are now more rooms to survey as well as objectives to maintain. Another new addition that might startle players are the segue scenes when you either die or complete a night. Upon completion of a night, you witness a short scene from the animatronic's perspective. There's a lot of speculation as to what these scenes mean, but the segue scenes I'd like to focus on are known as the death minigames. When killed by an animatronic, players may experience one of these disturbing minigames. As far as I know, there are 4 of them. There's Save Them, Give Gifts, Give Life, Taking the Cake to Children, and even a Foxy minigame. This is one of my favorite new aspects of Five Nights at Freddy's 2. The visuals of the minigames have been programmed in the tradition of classic Atari 2600 graphics, and definitely tread into creepypasta territory. So, naturally I like it. But more on these minigames later. Besides the open hallway, extra rooms, and terrifying segue scenes, you now have the addition of one of the game's most frustrating mechanics, the music box. For those unfamiliar, the music box can be found in the prize corner of Cam 11. Keeping the music box wound up keeps one of the game's new animatronics at bay, the puppet. This disturbing marionette has blank eyes, a white face, and makeup that resembles that of a clown or mime. So if you don't want this guy haunting your dreams, then make sure to do your best and tend to that music box, won't you? The addition of the puppet has definitely added more to the Five Nights at Freddy's lore. This little guy's appearance has opened up the floodgates for more theories and speculation. Who is he, and what is his objective? While I'm on the subject of the puppet, let's discuss all the new animatronics. In addition to Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, and Foxy, a new cast of characters make their introduction. You'll meet the likes of the Puppet, Mangle, as well as toy versions of the original characters. You can see Toy Freddy, Toy Chica, and Toy Bonnie as early as Night 1. Oh, and let's not forget everyone's new favorite, Balloon Boy. On night 2, you'll have the pleasure of meeting this little guy. If you are familiar with the series lore, then you probably have heard about the 5 missing children as mentioned in the first game. Some players believe that Balloon Boy may be haunted by one of those kids' spirits. Others say the spirits inhabited the original 5 animatronics, but who knows? Just hearing one of Balloon Boy's unassuming highs or hellos is enough to creep you out. There's just something about those eyes. It's like he's staring directly into my ruined childhood. At times, Balloon Boy can be seen peeking at you from underneath the table. Upon closer inspection, though, you may notice that the animatronic's eyes are a different color. Is this really Balloon Boy, or a completely different animatronic altogether? Another attraction that comes out on night 2 is Mangle, or sometimes referred to as the Mangle. Hands down, one of the creepiest animatronics in my opinion. I thought Foxy was bad enough, but this mangled version made me shackle my pantaloons. It doesn't help that it attacks from the ceiling, making the Mangle that much more imposing.
Great! Wonderful! Brilliant! Fan-fucking-tastic!
That's right, the original 4 faces of evil are back, making their nightly rounds and making you their bitch. On night 4, the toy versions tend to be less active, as the original animatronics become more predominant. You also get a pretty disturbing message from the phone guy.
Oh, hello. Hey there, night 4. I told you to get the hang of it. Okay, so just to update you, there's been somewhat of an investigation going on. We may end up having to close for a few days. I don't know. I want to emphasize, though, that it's really just a precaution. Fazbear Entertainment denies any wrongdoing. These things happen sometimes. It'll all get sorted out in a few days. Just keep an eye on things, and I'll keep you posted. Just as a side note, though, try to avoid eye contact with any of the animatronics tonight if you can. Someone may have tampered with their facial recognition systems. We're not sure. But the characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive toward the staff. They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare. Anyway, hang tight, it will all pass. Good night.
What did the phone guy mean by just stare? Wait, screw that. Did he say something about an investigation? Unfortunately, the bad news only gets worse, I'm afraid, when we hear phone guy's message on the 5th night.
Oh, hey, good job, night 5. Hey, keep a close eye on things tonight, okay? From what I understand, the building is on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out, you know, especially concerning any previous employees. When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. A position just became available. We don't have a replacement for your shift yet, but we're working on it. We're going to try to contact the original restaurant owner. I think the name of the place was FREDDY'S Family Diner or something like that. It was closed for years, though. I doubt we'll be able to track anybody down. So just get through one more night. Hang in there. Good night.
Night 5, all bets are off. Any and every animatronic is out for blood. Many people consider the first 5 nights at Freddy's difficult. But this is ridiculous. I've never been one to torture myself with the 420 Custom Night 7 in the first game, so this came as a surprise to me. I knew it'd be hard. Hell, it should be hard. But this was one of the most tense, unnerving, panic-inducing video game experiences of my life. The rush, fear, and frustration one feels while playing 5 Nights at Freddy's 2 is that of legend. Throughout all the crazy emotions and horrifying thrills, basically put, the game does its job. Okay, just like last time, I'm about to go over the end of the game. If you haven't played it yet or don't want to see the ending, then consider this your spoiler alert. Upon completion of the 5th night, you once again receive your paycheck from Fazbear Entertainment, when all of a sudden... Wait a minute. 1987? That means... Oh no. No, it can't be true. That's right. 5 Nights at Freddy's 2 is, in fact, a prequel. It retells the events surrounding the bite of '87. This unique twist came as a surprise to many players. Throughout the game, there are several references, but you probably wouldn't notice if you weren't looking for them. For example, on the first night, Phone Guy states that the animatronics are allowed to roam freely during the day. Whereas in the first game, Phone Guy admits that the characters could walk around during the day, but no longer were allowed to due to previous events. Further indication that Five Nights at Freddy's 2 really is a prequel. Wait, before you stop me, let me guess. There's a Night 6, isn't there? Yep. Of course there is. Wait. Let me guess. There's a custom 7th night too, isn't there? Knew it. Alright, let's do this.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay? For now, just make it through the night. When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself. Okay, good night, and good luck.
So you guessed it, Night 6 is just as difficult, if not more difficult, because rather than just the normal cast of characters, you will now witness the infamous Golden Freddy. Phone Guy mentions someone using the yellow suit. Well, in the first Five Nights at Freddy's game files, he was known simply as Yellow Bear. It wasn't until the gaming community started referring to him as Golden Freddy that the name eventually stuck. Hell, even the custom Night 7 screen calls him Golden Freddy now. Which brings me to the final night. Night 7 is exactly what you would expect. It's a custom night, but instead of the 420 mode like the first, there is now, get this, a 1020 mode. No, thank you, I value my sanity more than that. You may notice that there is not an option for the puppet. Interesting. But this is probably because he moves according to the music box, so just keep that sucker wound up. If you manage to survive the 7th night, you will be treated to this hilarious game over screen. Apparently, Jeremy smartened up and left. You are now playing as Fritz Smith. Not just that, but you've also been fired. It seems for reasons such as bad body odor as well as, and I quote, tampering with the animatronics. Ew. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 gave players exactly what they wanted, as well as a few things they didn't. Scott Cawthon delivered an A+ sequel, and I'll even go on record to say that it is superior to the first. Sure, it doesn't have the same shock value as the original, but that's to be expected. Overall, it's a really clever game. Even though there are plenty of jump scares, the game doesn't rely strictly on these jump scares as much as it does on its psychological horror. And to me, that's what makes it stand out. Either way, regardless of whether or not you agree with my feelings toward the game, you cannot deny the impact that Freddy and his friends have had on the gaming world. Again. For the second time. Which was really the first because it was a prequel. Besides, we all know there's gonna be a third Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, what do you know? Prequel. Who would have thunk it? Alright, well, I gotta get out of here, so I'm about to... Fuck me! Hello? Yeah, hey, it's me again. I just wanted to remind you that, both of the games actually have a lot of theories, Easter eggs, and, secret meanings. And, I do mean a lot of them. You said in your first week on the job that you'd cover those. So, yeah, if you could do that, that'd be great. We had to dock some of your pay. We caught you sleeping on the job several times. And I'm pretty sure playing Dragon Age can't be considered as general job duties. So we had to dock your pay in half. We need you to do a little overtime for us, if you don't mind. I would really help us out a lot. You know, we're really, really busy this time of year, and